Good morning, guys. It is actually morning time for me here. I don't normally get ready this early in the day, but I have an appointment this morning. So I'm going to be getting ready and putting on a face of, I have some like haul products that will have been in a video before this. So we're actually going to apply some of those haul products to the face and see what we think and just try some things out. I don't have a ton of time to get ready today, so we're not going to ramble too much, and we're just going to get on with the show. I'm actually going to get started with the Color Tattoo Cream Shadow in the shade Urbanite. And a lot of the haul things came from Walmart and some from TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So this was a Walmart purchase, and this looks similar. It looks similar. I have swatched most of these, so they didn't come like this. But I think this looks similar to the MAC paint pot I have, and I've really been enjoying that, so I just wanted to give this a try. This was on sale, so I'm going to apply it the same way I would my paint pot. And I do already have on face primer. I have the e.l.f. matte putty primer, and I have my eyebrows on here. So this is definitely darker than my paint pot and a little bit harder to get out of the container, but that's not bad. It's not too dark or anything. I had one of these a million years ago, but it was like really dark brown. I couldn't use it really as a primer. It was more of just a shadow on its own, so I don't really remember much about it, the formula or anything, so I'm gonna give this one a try. Okay, that's not bad. And that was in the shade Urbanite. I did pick up the shade VIP also, which looks a little more yellow. So I'm curious to try that one as well. Hopefully they'll be good for this purpose, because I've really been enjoying the paint pot. I thought, okay, let me give those as an eye primer a try. From here, since I already have on eyebrows and face primer, we're going to go ahead and go into foundation. And for that, I have the Misha Signature Real Complete BB Cream. This packaging is why I bought this. Look how cute this is. It's like a hard plastic instead of like a squishy tube. I don't know. I thought this was just adorable, and I was like, yep. I really enjoy the other Misha products I have as well, the cushion foundation, the other BB creams, so I thought, well, let's give it a try. And another thing that I picked up was the Doja Cat brush collection. I've seen these there a bunch of times. I've passed them up every time, and this time it got me. So I'm going to try to use this for foundation and see how that goes. I'm going to pump a little bit of this onto my finger. Doesn't really have a scent, but it kind of feels like the other BB cream. The consistency of this definitely feels like the Perfect Cover BB cream, and this is the Real Complete BB cream. So I don't know what the difference is in formula here, but they are called different things. So we're going to take this brush, blend this out a bit. Color match on this is actually pretty good. I also feel like that eyeshadow base is getting a little darker as we sit here, but this is in the shade, this is in 13. 13 and 23 are the ones that I normally wear in the other one as well. Okay, so there's that with that beautiful packaging. That's definitely why I bought that. It's so cute. I don't have a new concealer, so I'm going to go ahead and use my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo. Get some coffee while that sets. We'll go ahead and use that same brush to blend that in. And I'm going to set this out before I forget. I actually got a cream blush, and I know I'm going to go ahead and do everything if I don't pull this out to use before I powder. Now I did find this at TJ Maxx, the Milani Cheek Kiss, like the cream blush in I Cherish You. And I couldn't believe I found this there. This is a bolder color, but I want to try this. Do I own any? I think I might own like I have the Flower Beauty like liquid blushes. I don't wear a lot of cream products. I don't think I have hardly any, because I feel like you have to apply the cream product, and then usually when you're watching somebody else do it, they put on the cream product and they set it with a powder. So it's kind of lost on me as to why we're bothering with the cream product. But this one, these looked good. Like every person I watched review this, they were like, yes, 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 so good. So I do want to give these a try. Buffing brush from Real Techniques. Actually, I think I'm going to set my under eye first, which I might regret, but I feel like I want to have that set down before I apply this, because this does have like a tint to it and I don't want it to cover the blush. I'm going to pull out one of the other just little brushes from the Doja Cat collection. When I saw this brush, I thought this would be perfect for under eye concealer. It's like really dense, but very tiny. But yeah, I just want to set under this, under the eye real quick. Okay, we're going to take that cream blush in Cherryish You, and I'm going to put a little bit on this brush. Woo! And this was the only color they had, and I wanted to try out the formula of this. Again, not normally in the market for a cream blush, so I don't mind a bolder blush. It's blending out nicely though. Like, that looks pretty, right? It doesn't feel like too much right now. Again, I normally would have powdered my face before doing any kind of blush, so I'm gonna go ahead and powder and we'll see kind of where we end up from there. I don't have another new powder, so I'm just gonna use my Infallible. Alright, take this other set from BH Cosmetics. I'm actually gonna go over the blush as well. Yeah, this eyeshadow color is definitely like throwing me off. Could be a nice one shadow look though, I guess. Okay, even with some powder on, I do feel like you can still see that blush underneath. So I actually have a powder blush as well, so I don't know if I want to go over the top again with this and like amp it up. But I'm going to do my contour and bronzer and we'll see kind of where we land on that. My Kevyn Aucoin contour powder, per usual. I'm going to try this, like this giant highlighting fan brush thing. Sometimes these are nice for contour. Oh, this clip is also from that mini haul. It's a Dollar Tree find. Honestly, it's where I get most of my hair clips and hair ties. And okay, now this has dried down like completely though, so there is hope for that eye primer shadow thing we've done here. On to bronzer. I picked out my Milani, I don't have a new, so the Milani Silky Matte in 02. I also have this in 01. They both work. This one's just a cooler tone. Now I do feel like you can really see this defined line here between my cream blush and my powder. So I don't know if that's from putting the powder on first or from not blending in the blush, but again, the blush is a first go at this, so the color looks nice. I'm not going to judge it too harshly because I'm not, you know, a pro at applying cream blush. So now the other blush I got is this powder blush from Milani in Cherry on Top. It's a cherry color as well, kind of this berry color. So that's why I'm like, do I go on top with this or do I continue on with that? I kind of want to use this, but I do want to try this really quickly over the powder now that like everything is set down and see if it goes on. Like, I'm going in way too hard in this, honestly. I'm going full force, like this is not super bright, like come on. And I have seen a lot of people apply it with their fingers. I don't like to do that. I just don't like to have makeup on my hands. I just don't like the feel of it, so. Alright, I'm going to take this kind of up onto the cheek and blend that into the nose. Yeah, it is very light once it's like blended out. I don't feel like this is, I don't feel like that's too bright. You know, I don't feel like it's out of control. You know, and I was even going in a little bit too hard and it doesn't look out of hand. Okay, I'm not mad about that. That's very pretty. Okay, now I'm about to overdo it with the blush. I see it happening, but I gotta use this one. The Cherry on Top powder blush. And this is in like red packaging. I don't know if this was special edition. Usually looks like this, but I don't know. And there is one more brush that comes with that, but I feel like for this blush situation, this is gonna be way too densely packed. So we're going to go for that fluffy bamboo brush again. Look at all that. Okay, tapping off, tapping off. Again, knew I was going to overdo it. Okay, probably didn't need to put both of these on, but blending out nicely. Does look like it's cleaning a little bit here, but that's more that textured area. And I think going over it too many times caused that. Like going over it with the cream blush, the powder, then going over it with the cream blush again. Like it definitely has taken off any kind of coverage I had like right here. So I'll know for next time to not do that so much. On to the next. I also found at TJ Maxx, Marshall's, one of those, one of the other Fenty Beauty highlighters, and this is the pinky purpley one, and this is in 7-Day Weekend and Poolside. I think I'm just going to use the like pinky purpley shade. Actually, it's going to go in with this I use for contouring. We'll just try that. Gently. That actually blended in really nicely. Gave a little bit, but I didn't apply very much. I'm not trying to. I feel like I put it a lot on the cheeks. I don't. Actually, we'll go ahead and move on to setting spray before we get into some eyeshadow. Okay, moving on to some setting spray. At Walmart, I found the Milani Make It Last Flora, and this was already on clearance for like $2. Didn't they just come out with this? They had this and an eyeshadow pencil. It's over there somewhere. The purple eyeshadow pencil. Like they were already on clearance. I'd heard this was not great. I did not hear good reviews about the palette, but this definitely smells like floral. I know I had a hairspray like this that was supposed to smell like flowers, but it kind of didn't. It's a Make It Last, so I was like, oh, okay. The scent is not lingering on me. I don't mind it. It's nice. Okay. On to eyeshadow. I did pick up 2 BH Cosmetics palettes. The Sub-Zero, I think these are the Halloween ones. Cold as ice. It's kind of a blue teal. And then the Venom palette, which is more of a gray. This reminds me of the ColourPop Up in Smoke, Blow in Smoke, Smoke Show palette. So this honestly gives me vibes of the blue one that I have from them as well, but I tend to prefer the BH formula, and these were only $4.99. I feel like some of their palettes at TJ Maxx even are a little bit pricey. Like the Birthstone palettes are $5.99 each. I don't know, for the size of those, I kind of feel like that's a little bit much. Actually, I have one right here. I don't know, I feel like for the size of this, like $5.99 is quite a bit. So I think we're going to use like a mixture of these two today. I don't know that it's really going to match our rosy cheeks, but that's okay. I think I'm going to start, since I have this more brown colored eyeshadow primer on, I think I'm going to take like a fluffier brush out of that collection. And I'm going to use Fangs from this one, like that white shade, and put that up by the brow bone. See if we can lighten that just a little bit. I don't normally set my eyeshadow primer, but I also don't normally put eyeshadow this far up, and I just don't want it to be that dark brown on the edge. That toned it down about perfectly. Okay, I like that. I'm going to take that shade again. And I'm not putting this over the whole lid, just over the brow bone area. For the crease, I'm debating if I want slithering or cold-blooded. I mean, do I want to go full? I think we'll work in this one, and then we'll kind of do a teal on the lid. I think that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to take slithering, which is like the middle gray shade here, in the same brush. We're going to take that through the crease. I'm enjoying these brushes also. They're pretty small. Like this is the biggest one, really. The biggest eye brush, and it actually is a good crease size. I don't like the ones that have a lot of liner brushes. This one has like one, but you know, have a ton of tiny ones and then those huge ones that look like highlighter brushes. I like the ones that, I feel like a lot of brands are getting more in with these like smaller detail brushes. So that's good. All right, I've got about a half an hour here, so let's move this along. So this won't be too detailed today. I was actually pretty excited to find these palettes from BH, and this Venom palette is actually different than most things I have. I don't know that I have a lot of like gray and black palettes like this. I just don't. There was one from Wet n Wild I think I decluttered. I almost kept because I don't have anything like this, and I'm like, why do I keep it? I don't wear them. But I was excited to find this one because I do think it's a nice little thing to have here. While we have this one, I'm going to take the Slithering shade again and put that underneath, just on the outside. I'm going to take this little angled brush and go into Bad Blood, which is right here. It's like a darker gray. And tap that on the outer edge. Ooh, this is a really nice brush for this. Then we're going to pull it through the crease just a little bit. This palette doesn't have a matte black in it. It has like a shimmery black. But this is definitely a very dark gray. Alright, we've got that outer corner with the Bad Blood shade in there. I think we're going to put a touch of that. I'm going to take a little liner brush and take a touch of that like on the lower lash line on the outer corner. Alright. From here, I'm going to go into the Sub-Zero palette. And I actually have this eyeliner from Cargo, the Swimmables one. And this is in the shade Lake Geneva. And I think I'm going to put this on the waterline. So, looking at this, I either want to go with Heart of Ice, I think is the center shade, what that's called, or Blizzard Blackout. I think like one of these or both of these on the lid, more of the teal rather than the bright blue. So I actually think I'm just going to go over the top of this. I'm not even going to bother with a glitter glue right now. This still feels a little bit tacky, so we'll put it over this and see how it all blends and melds together. This set actually comes with a little packing brush, so we'll take that into Heart of Ice, which is that center shade. And let's see what kind of payoff we can get. I'd say quite a bit. And I'm going to leave that front section bare. I'm going to put the other shade there in a second. Kind of hope I can find some more of these Halloween palettes. I know they have like a purple and a green. I wasn't really interested when I saw them on the website, actually. It was kind of like, oh, other monochromatic palettes, but you know, seeing them in person, being able to pick them up, they're really nice. I'm going to dip into the Blizzard Blackout shade, which is down here in the corner. Almost like a silver kind of shade. Ooh, look at that. I'm going to build that up just a little bit. And same with the Heart of Ice shade, the one in the center, that more teal. Keep checking my phone to see the time. I have an alarm set so I don't set up here too long. You know, I have to get going, but I know that it's going to go off. Like, I'm waiting on it, and I know it's going to scare me so bad. So I keep having to check before, trying to get to it before it gets to me. That is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go back in and see there's some matte blues in here too that looked really pretty, but I didn't necessarily want to go full on blue. So I'm going to go back into the Venom palette one more time with that same angled brush and into that dark Bad Blood shade, which was the darkest gray in the corner. Just go over the edge of that blue. These two are actually working really well together. Like this hasn't, they are just, the colors are blending really nicely, you know. The gray with the teal, and they're just good companion palettes. Now I kind of want to take under like the front part of my eye. There's this, the Deadly Bite shade. It's kind of a, I don't know, like a duochrome greeny blue color. So I kind of want to take that on this like little tiny brush under the front part of the eye. I do want to take the matte white Fangs shade and put that on the inner corner and see how that looks. That's nice. Okay. It's adding like that brightness without taking away from what's on the lid. I feel like my under eyes are looking really starkly light in this viewfinder. I hope they don't look like that on camera, because in real life it's not looking like that right now. Okay, I feel really good about that. That was easy to do. That turned out really, really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go into that Cargo Swimmables eyeliner. Okay, I happen to work a little bit to get that in the waterline. Okay, that's in there. It's looking pretty nice. It is taking a little more effort to get onto the waterline than some of my others. So there is that, and very exciting news, I did get a new Physicians Formula waterproof eyeliner. So excited about this. If you've seen the last couple of videos of me trying to use every other eyeliner I own, been a lot of smudging, flaking, other ones running out. Eyeliner running into my eyes. Alright, as always, super cute packaging with this. Has like the water droplets on it. I think that's so cute. I love that. Alright, here we go. Oh my gosh, that took so much less time than it has been. Love. Now this kind of thing though makes me go back and like think maybe I need to reevaluate and like re-declutter some of my eyeliners, you know? I think I'm like, oh yeah, I like a pen eyeliner, whatever pen eyeliner, I prefer a brush tip, but like wanting this specific one over the other things, I'm kind of like, I don't normally have like a favorite where I'm like, get rid of everything else, but kind of having that moment with that product. Even my NYX one, which is one I use a lot and I really enjoy it, did really enjoy it, and I've not been liking it anymore, so. Okie dokie. For lip products, I have a Superstay crayon. I feel like that's going to be a little warm for this. I also have two pink ones from, this is Revlon. So Sleek Pink and Cherries in the Snow. A bright pink. So I think I'm going to put some mascara on and think about that, and we'll be right back. Here we are with our mascara done. Everything is finished but the lips. I have my Lash Princess mascaras on, the Curl and Volume and the False Lash Effect. These kind of fall into the category of like this right now, where I don't want to use anything else. You know, I'm like, I don't get the same results. It's not the same thing. I'm going to have to use do a full face of like absolute favorites before too long. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, and for lips, I think we're going to kind of mix the two of these together. The Cherries in the Snow and So Sleek Pink. I think we're going to kind of mix these two. This one doesn't really have much of a color, and then that one's pretty bold. So, but it actually kind of matches the cheeks with that. Oh my gosh, it also is cherry, isn't it? I cherry-ish you, cherry on top, Cherries in the Snow. I mean, I feel like I have to use it now that I've made that connection. Alright, so I'm going to line the lips here with this just kind of pink. This is the Clinique and Soft Rose. I'm going to go ahead and fill in most of the lip with this. I don't always do that, but... Alright, so there we have that. I'm going to take the So Sleek Pink first. Just a little bit on the center. See, there's like hardly any color to that at all. It really is like just like a tinted balm situation. And I'm going to take a little bit of this. I don't want it to be too bold because we went really bold on the eyes, but I also want it to kind of tie into the cheek. So, and these are the Shine formula, so it's not going to be a really long wearing product anyway. It's pretty sheer on its own. So okie dokie, I think that's it for today, and about in perfect timing. Yep, got to get changed and get ready to go. So that is it for today with my little mini haul usage, and I think everything turned out really, really cute. It didn't take too long this morning. I mean, much longer than a lot of people, but loving all this new stuff. I don't think I used anything that I'm upset with or thought was a fail. The blushes are beautiful. The eyeshadows are absolutely stunning. Lipsticks, cute. So that is it for today's video. I have to get where I'm going, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you will subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.